Step back in time with us as we explore the fascinating lives of over 45 unforgettable TV stars from the 1970s to the 1990s. From iconic roles that define generations to surprising new chapters in their journeys. Discover where your favorite stars are now in 2025. Don't forget to subscribe and hit the like button to join us on this nostalgic ride through television history. Lindsay Wagner. Lindsay Wagner skyrocketed to fame in the 1970s as the Bionic Woman, captivating audiences with her role as Jamie Summers, a woman with extraordinary cybernetic powers. David Cassidy. David Cassidy was a teen heartthrob in the 70s thanks to The Partridge Family, where his charm won over millions of fans. In addition to his TV fame, David had a successful music career with several hits. Although he passed away in 2017 at age 67 after health struggles, his legacy as a pop culture icon lives strong through his timeless music and unforgettable TV moments. Donna Summer. Known as the Queen of Disco, Donna Summer's electrifying hits like Hot Stuff and Last Dance defined the late 70s and early 80s dance floors. She also explored theater and gospel music. Sadly, Donna passed in 2012 from cancer, but her infectious rhythms continue to influence artists and fans everywhere. Don't forget to subscribe for more timeless legends. Mark Hamill. Famed for his role as Luke Skywalker in the original Star Wars trilogy, Mark Hamill became a defining figure of sci-fi in the 70s and 80s. Beyond the galaxy far, far away, Hamill's voice, acting and championing of geek culture have cemented his iconic status. Today he's still beloved by fans across generations and continues to star in animation and films. Cheryl Ladd. Cheryl Ladd became a household name in the 70s as Chris Monroe on Charlie's Angels, quickly becoming one of the most cherished TV actresses. Besides acting, Cheryl also pursued singing. Fast forward to today, and she continues to grace screens with her roles in television and film, never fading from the spotlight. Tiffany. Tiffany burst onto the scene in the late 80s with her infectious hit, I Think We're Alone Now, dominating charts worldwide. As one of the era's biggest teen stars, she's maintained a dedicated fan base and continues to tour and perform. Curious to learn about more stars who've stood the test of time? Hit that subscribe button. Kirk Cameron. Kirk Cameron won hearts in the early 80s with his role as Mike Seaver on Growing Pains. Beyond acting, he became an outspoken advocate for Christian faith, founding The Way of the Master. Kirk remains active in both ministries and media projects, inspiring many with his journey. Jodie Sweean. Best known as Stephanie Tanner on Full House, Jodie Sweean charmed audiences throughout the 80s and 90s. Although faced with struggles battling addiction, she emerged stronger, now advocating for sobriety while continuing her career as an actress and podcast host. Lee Majors. Lee Majors defined the 70s with his role as Steve Austin, the $6 Million Man. He kept his momentum into the 80s with The Fall Guy. Today, he is revered as a television legend, making guest appearances and reminding us of TV's golden era. Remember to like. Gina Gershon. Gina Gershon gained notoriety in the 90s with her cult classic role in Showgirls. While that film might define her name for some, Gina has built a respected career with numerous roles in film and TV. She continues to win fans with her dynamic performances. Richard Dawson. Charismatic and unforgettable, Richard Dawson hosted the hit game show Family Feud in the 70s and 80s. Famous for his charm and famous kisses to contestants, his legacy in game show history is undeniable. Though he passed away in 2012, his influence still shapes the genre. Tina Yothers. Tina Yothers charmed viewers as Jennifer Keaton on 80s hit Family Ties. Transitioning from acting, she followed her passion in music. Today, Tina enjoys a quieter life but keeps engaging with fans actively on social media. Christopher Knight. Christopher Knight captured hearts as Peter Brady in The Brady Bunch during the 70s. Post-show, he transitioned into business and reality TV but keeps occasional public appearances, connecting with long-time admirers. Pamela Anderson. Known worldwide from the 90s hit Baywatch, Pamela Anderson became a pop culture and beauty icon. Beyond the screen, she dedicates much of her time to animal rights activism and environmental efforts. Sometimes, she returns for personal and media projects that fascinate fans. Gary Coleman. As Arnold Jackson on Different Strokes, Gary Coleman delivered one of TV's most famous catchphrases. Despite personal challenges and his untimely passing in 2010, his role remains a cherished TV moment for many. Ted McGinley. Ted McGinley's charm shone in Married with Children and The Love Boat. Known as the savior of TV series, Ted's recurring presence offered shows a boost throughout the 80s and 90s. He still makes occasional TV and film appearances. Jaclyn Smith. Best known as Kelly Garrett from Charlie's Angels, Jaclyn Smith rose to fame in the 70s, later transitioning into acting and business with her own clothing line. She balances her roles as actress and entrepreneur with grace and style. Eva Longoria. Eva Longoria took the TV world by storm in the 2000s with Desperate Housewives. Beyond acting, she's a passionate producer and activist devoted to social and political causes, using her platform for impact. Hulk Hogan. Pro wrestling legend Hulk Hogan ruled the ring and TV screens in the 80s and 90s. With his charisma and larger-than-life persona, he became a global superstar. Hogan still appears occasionally, maintaining his place in pop culture. Terry Garr. Terry Garr dazzled in the 70s and 80s with memorable roles in Tootsie and Young Frankenstein. Though now retired, her work remains beloved by classic film enthusiasts. Barbara Eden. Forever remembered as Jeannie in I Dream of Jeannie, Barbara Eden's charm from the 60s remains timeless. She still attends fan events and continues to inspire affection from generations. Shelley Hack. Shelley Hack made an impact briefly on Charlie's Angels, but subsequently forged a successful path in film and television. Today, she maintains a presence with selective projects. John Travolta. John Travolta's TV rise in the 70s preceded his blockbuster movie career in classics like Grease and Saturday Night Fever. Continually reinventing himself, he remains one of Hollywood's biggest stars today. Fred Savage. Fred Savage was the face of childhood in The Wonder Years during the 80s and 90s. Now, he works behind the scenes directing and producing, shaping the TV landscape from another angle. Sally Field. Sally Field's career blossomed in the 70s with Gidget and The Flying Nun, skyrocketing into powerful roles in the 80s and 90s with Forrest Gump and Steel Magnolias. She remains a respected and active performer. LeVar Burton. LeVar Burton made learning cool as the host of Reading Rainbow and showed his dramatic chops in Roots. A tireless advocate for literacy, he continues to inspire all ages. Barbara Walters. A trailblazer in journalism, Barbara Walters set the bar for talk shows and interviews starting in the 70s. Though retired, her legacy remains unmatched. Ronnie Hawkins. Rockabilly legend Ronnie Hawkins brought energy and style in the 60s and 70s. Though retired, his impact on American music is still celebrated by fans. Ralph Macchio. Ralph Macchio became the face of 80s martial arts cinema in The Karate Kid and returned to fame with Cobra Kai. He keeps delighting fans old and new alike. Patty Duke. Patty Duke's breakthrough as a child star in the 60s led to a lifetime of acclaimed work. She passed away in 2016, leaving behind an enduring legacy. Melissa Gilbert. Melissa Gilbert embodied pioneer spirit as Laura Ingalls on Little House on the Prairie. She also ventured into politics and activism, remaining a heartfelt figure. Gary Sinise. Gary Sinise earned acclaim in Forrest Gump and CSI New York. Beyond acting, he's a dedicated philanthropist, especially supporting veterans. Mackenzie Phillips. Known for One Day at a Time, Mackenzie Phillips overcame personal struggles and now advocates for recovery, occasionally returning to acting. Erin Moran. Erin Moran played Joni Cunningham on Happy Days, a role etched in TV history. She passed away in 2017 but left a lasting impression. Donny Osmond. Donny Osmond was a TV and music sensation in the 70s with his brothers. Today he continues performing worldwide, beloved by multi-generations. Joan Collins. Joan Collins became synonymous with glamour and villainy as Alexis Carrington on Dynasty in the 80s. She continues acting and is also a celebrated author and fashion icon. David Hasselhoff. David Hasselhoff scored fame as Michael Knight on Knight Rider and Mitch Buchanan on Baywatch, cherished worldwide, especially in Germany. He continues to appear in TV and film, maintaining his legendary status. Thanks for joining us on this nostalgic journey through the lives of some of TV's most memorable stars from the 70s, 80s, and 90s. Which story surprised you the most? Let us know in the comments below. If you enjoyed this video, be sure to like, share, and subscribe for more fascinating looks at the stars you grew up loving. Until next time, keep celebrating the magic of classic television.